So, are you the visionary that is going to take responsibility? Are you the visionary that's going to take responsibility? You have to. You don't actually have a choice. I had to sit down with myself and have this conversation, and I said, taking responsibility is not fun. What does that even mean? It means I need to sit down and do forgiveness work and commit to doing my forgiveness work. I am not forgiving my mother for anything. I am not forgiving my father for anything. I am not forgiving anybody for anything. I don't care about forgiving anybody for anything. I forgive myself for falling asleep and being so checked out from my purpose while I was trying to support other people as Mother God. Who told me I was Mother God in the first place? Where did I get this idea? Firstborn, going around taking care of people, coddling people's bad behavior and emotional wiling out. Not my business, not my problem, not my dream, not my drama. It is only until I decided to take responsibility for my own emotions, for my own thought processes, for my own reactions. And that took me to sell everything so that I could have the time to sit and work on myself. And then I had the crazies come and try and disturb my time with their chaos and their drama. Okay, I guess I wrote that into my story. Do you think I want to come and take that kind of responsibility that I wrote into my story, that I would have crazies with mental health issues that do not want to work on themselves come and disturb my healing time? No, I don't want to take responsibility for that. I just want to blame other people on the outside. But it does nothing for me. It does nothing. It does nothing for me. Right. So it is time for taking responsibility. You are going to need to take responsibility for the distractions that are coming through. The distractions. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please make sure that you watch these videos here. I talk about the distraction, the program. Distract them, drug them up, depress them, in debt, make them debt ridden so that they can self-destruct and be so disempowered, saying, well, my troubles, there's no jobs, this is my troubles, my mother never loved me, my daddy abandoned me. This is the program. We are visionaries here. We don't have time for this. On top of that, as visionaries, we need to have boundaries. When these people are coming into your world, please send them packing. Tell them to go to therapy. You don't have time to be taking on other people's dramas and problems, because we are at a time in human consciousness right now where you've got to be focused on self. What is my dream? And how am I dreaming boldly? And what responsibilities what accountability and self-responsibility do I need to take on? Number one, you need to actually know what you're thinking and what's in your electromagnetic field and what you have allowed yourself to be programmed with. Hear me say, allow yourself to be programmed with. Not, my mother taught me this about money. Well, okay, now it's your turn to change that and heal that and get on with it. Well, my father wasn't there, so he never paid my school fees. And he didn't even buy me Christmas presents. Nobody cares. You gotta buy yourself Christmas presents, buy yourself flowers, buy yourself whatever you need. Because honestly, ultimately, truth is God is your mother, God is your father. This is the only truth. So you gotta need to learn to connect with the real father, mother, God. And if God is only just a man in the sky for you, you got some serious problems coming. I've been noticing I've been getting a lot, over exaggeration, lies. I've been meeting a few women who are just like checked out, like the spirit is not in the body. They are telling me about their mother wounds and their father wounds. I'm like, babe, nobody cares. You got to empower yourself and get on with the business of living. Get on with the business of living. Yes. There's no time to be spepabant. In Zulu, we would say, ulebu pepi ingane. Ingane is na 40. upepe ingane la cha ngeke singakhathala ukupepe ingane ezina-40 ezina-50 ezina-60 ezina-70 cha ngeke. That means, you know, if you see an African woman, they always have a child on their back. And the child is like wrapped here. Yes, that means upepe ingane. In America or in the West or Asia, they push the babies in a pram. But in Africa, you always see a woman, African woman with a baby on the back and two more babies here, one holding one hand. This time is over. Everybody walk with their own 2 feet. Thatha le ngane yakho uyibeke phansi. Except if your child, okay, really, if your child is at an age where they still need to be, you know, kind of coddled. But like grown adults, you're 18 years old, you're still going on about your mother. No. Ukupepe ingane lokhu. Cha, angeke. Ayisakho indaba yokupepe ingane. Everybody walk with their own 2 feet. This is why in the videos before this, I said, where my feet touch, the earth is blessed. Because God consciousness gave you 2 feet. And even if you're walking in a wheelchair, you're pushing your wheelchair with your 2 hands. So, 2 wheels, 2 hands. Everybody must walk this path mselofu. What does that mean? Everybody must walk this path self with own 2 feet. Right. And that means the responsibility is, the responsibility is I am willing to look at what programming around my money story did I get from my mother and my father. That I chose, not they just gave birth to me. I chose these 2 parents to come into this life experience so that I can learn whose and whom I am. As a sovereign spiritual being, having a spiritual experience in a human body here on planet Earth. Let's say hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Yes, not I'm going to give it up to Jesus, hallelujah, hallelujah, give it up to Jesus. Men are the same. That's why men are constantly running after women, always in the vagina, because you come out of a womb and then you disrespect woman. You disrespect woman. No wonder you are collapsing. No wonder a lot of these men are committing them suicides. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You come out of a womb. But these women are just as crazy. So, guys, do not take it personally. I am not attacking you. Truly, I am not. I am just observing and sharing what I'm observing. They are dysfunctional. They are dysfunctional. So, woman, you need to learn how to take responsibility for the thoughts you are allowing to distract you so that you can then be drugged up, depressed, in debt, and disempowered. Thoughts from masculine, father, but I don't know my father. I don't know. He left when I was a child. Here is a solution. Light a candle, white candle. Sit there with a pen and paper. Look at that candle and say, I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. I know what God says about me, but honestly, I'm struggling with my father wounds right now. I'm really struggling with my father wounds. I never knew my father. I don't even have a picture of my father. I'm really just struggling. I'm really just struggling. Father, Mother God, please help me understand what my parents, my father thought about money. And then just start writing, free writing. Whatever comes to your mind, just start writing. Just start writing. And you will start to see the correlation to how you behave with money based on your father's side. And if you didn't have a mother, just do the same thing and say, I really need to understand what my mother's side of the family thought about money and understood about money and why I'm struggling or not struggling. Whatever it is for you. First, we need to just take responsibility so that we can be accountable in this world. So that when you do something, violate spiritual laws or are in alignment with spiritual laws, you can be accountable. Say, yes, I am in alignment with spiritual laws. This is why my life is working. Oh, I have violated some spiritual laws. I thought I was Mother God and I was taking on all of these dysfunctional human beings. Did they not show me? Did they not show me? And I was in that moment, not worried about myself, not focused on my own dreams, always focused on other people's dramas because I thought I could save people. Did they not show me? They showed me. This is a responsibility and taking accountability. And this is not blaming other people, just speaking your truths about it. This is why therapy is very good. You must go to therapy. And if you cannot afford to go to therapy, go try tree therapy. Go outside and talk to a tree and say, please, I don't understand. Because truly, where does money come from? Where does paper come from? A tree. So it's the best way to go outside to a tree and have a conversation with the tree. People will think I'm crazy. You're already crazy. I found myself crazy in the jungle saying, okay, now I need to talk to trees. Truly, I need to talk to trees because truly money comes from the paper that comes from trees. And as we are all going into this idea of the collapse and the dark night of the soul, we're going to have to be talking to trees. I was watching in America that they're like there's forest fires and stuff like this. Wow. But wow. Now this affects your sense of smell, your ability to take a breath, which is life. This is quite something. And now if you're chopping down the trees, it's going to be crypto. It's crypto all the way. But they can crash this. They can crash this. They want the money to be digital so that they can control it and crash it whenever they want. Not that they can't crash it when it's sitting in your bank account, but we've got to look at the signs. Why all these wildfires? Why? It affects our breath, the ability to breathe, because with trees take in carbon dioxide and produce oxygen, fresh oxygen. Why all of these things? Why all of these things? Okay, so you can take accountability and say, okay, this is what's going on. Now, what do I need to do? How do I respond instead of react?